My dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about T-Tays. You get what I'm saying? You know, I'm just trying to avoid the YouTube algorithms that scan this stuff for demonetization. I'm curious to see what the closed captioning looks like for whatever I just said. But you know, mothers, milkers, sandbags, if you're to listen to the 40-year-old virgin. Did I just date myself? I probably just dated myself. I'm an old man, okay? I'm an old man that's into expensive clothes. Today, we have two pieces that both feature the female anatomy. I'm reaching for things to connect these pieces. No, really. We have two recent ERD pieces, a short sleeve and long sleeve t-shirt, and they're some of the best of what ERD has to offer. Really great graphic pieces, and recent ERD stuff has been so incredibly hard to find because it sells out immediately, and then people try to flip them for more than retail on Grailed and other sites like that. So I'm really happy to have these. These are some of my favorite recent graphic pieces from the brand. And yeah, they got the T-Tays. Don't take my money, YouTube. I need the money. This stuff's getting really expensive, okay? Anyway, let's check out these pieces. All right, the first piece I want to look at here is the short sleeve, and this is the Italian Romance t-shirt. This is the t-shirt version. They put out like a denim jacket that's probably one of the brand's biggest outerwear grails at this point, but the t-shirts seem to do quite well too, and I really, really love this one. ERD is a brand that's just so well known for their like off-putting graphics, but this one is like shockingly tender. It still has like this graphic art style that the brand is so well known for, but there's none of the usual, I don't know, like shock and awe kind of stuff that they've got in the Columbine designs, etc., other than a tasteful couple of T-Tays. I think we're at the point where I'm not going to get demonetized now. It's a really nice graphic. The layout is beautiful. It's almost like in a cross form. You've got this big rectangular design of the characters on the bed right in the middle, and then you get these different angles of them at each side. So you've got this really nice, like, sensual, domestic scene here. And then you've got, you know, the woman from the side, the man from the side. You even get, like, their feet poking out, and there they are from above. Oh, there's a third T-Tay in there. I found it. And above all of that, you've got this big, bold ERD brand print right across the top here. As you'd expect, the print is faded and cracked in like just the perfect way. A lot of thought clearly put into how they're wearing the prints here. And the fabric is incredibly soft and fairly thin, but not like full-on paper thin levels like the older ERD t-shirts. As is the case with most of their t-shirts these days, the edges are finished with this like single scar stitch here with a nice ribbed neckline. The tag is super simple and clean. They don't have like any extra tags or weave in here with the season name or anything like that. The more streetwear type of pieces, they tend to keep more simple. It's like the tailored pieces that they add the extra stuff to usually. And then as for the care tags, if you're ever trying to like legit check this in the future, pay attention to, you know, the loops of these stitches right here, the length and weave of the size tag here, and then there's not too much bleed onto the care tags, as is sometimes the case with ERD stuff. And of course, this one's made in America, baby. USA, USA, chant it with me now. So that's the Italian Romance, but we've got another piece that I think I like even more, and that is the School Days long sleeve. I love this long sleeve. This is like one of the most, I don't know, I think underrated graphics from recent seasons. The image here is the whites are like very intentionally blown out, probably for the best, because it leaves a bunch of extra to the imagination that I think makes it a more interesting graphic, honestly. So you've got this right here off on an angle, and then a very spaced out ERD up at the top. And then you've got dressing, up time, and I love this. With the help of a panda and an outgrown uniform, this attractive young woman makes a happy return to where? Henry, you didn't tell me where. Why? Oh, I'm sorry I yelled at you, Henry. I think the answer's right there. I think it's a return to her school days. Love that, down the sleeve. And then we get to take a good look at the back, which is kind of like a photo collage, similar to the early like porn stars graphics, things like that. And I love this. You get logo print going along with the angles of the photos. And then you get this just really incredible collage. ERD has been heavily into like the Japanese fetish kink photography subculture for some time now. And this is it manifesting into a graphic here, which I think is really great. The graphic here is much more worn and cracked than the Italian Romance t-shirt. Like this one is really, really heavily dried out and cracked up and faded. And that extends to the fabric of the long sleeve itself. I'd say this is a similar weight, maybe slightly thicker than the Italian Romance shirt, and it's washed a bit lighter. Like it's clearly taken a bit more treatment than that t-shirt as well. The long sleeves get a bit of a different type of construction and cut than the t-shirts. Like it's quite a wide fit. They leave the hem unfinished so that it gets a natural roll that starts happening down here. And also in these long sleeves, they always get very long arms with ribbed cuffs down here that kind of elasticate, grab you tighter around the wrists. The neckline is ribbed again here, but it's a bit wider, I would say. The neck tag is the same, and the care tags are virtually the same as well, just this one is a size medium, as you can see, but still cotton, still made in the USA, sewn in the same way, and has this similar level of like wash on the tags. So I kind of love where we wound up here because you actually get both sides of ERD with these pieces. You get the more like mature, refined side, you know, not going too crazy, but still being very unique in their style. And then you get the classic old school wild, like sex pest perverted shit that the brand is so known for in their graphics. So I think these together make a really nice set. All right, so we've looked at the details of the short sleeve, the long sleeve, Italian Romance. We love this Italian Romance. Bella. I don't know a lick of Italian, I'm just saying. But now we've got to try these pieces on. All right, so we've got our top, so I think we need bottoms, shoes, and a piece of outerwear, plus just we'll do some random like accessorizing and stuff. First off, outerwear to go with these. I think we're gonna try this Rick Owens denim jacket. The like painted, printed sleeves and stuff works super well with these prints, like surprisingly well. So I hope that works. And then for the pants, I'm gonna go a bit crazy. We'll do these Goth Cowboy Alexander McQueen pants in leather. I love these things. They're so, so sick. But then this is like a lot of black and white. I would like one other kind of tone in there. So for the footwear, let's do the ERD zip-up stomper boots in this kind of like, I don't know, mahogany brown. I don't know what you would call it. It's a bit of like a dark reddish brown. Let's see what happens. Ooh, baby, I am excited to get these on, but t-shirts, they do not come first. First, we've got to put on the pants because this is a video about titties and not wiener doodles, okay? So these are the Alexander McQueen Goth Cowboy leather pants. They're so sick. I have one other pair of leather pants actually from ERD, and those are great, but these are on like another level. All of the little embellishments and kind of like goth things and fringe and zippers and latches. So good. And the belt is by the brand Attachment. And I guess next, let's do the boots. So these are the ERD zip-up stomper boots. They're so good. They're really high, really chunky. I love that split-off heel. It makes for such a good look. It's like a much more wearable, like Rick Owens Kiss boot. And these things are maybe my favorite pair of footwear I have. And now we can put on the t-shirt. We're gonna start with the Italian Romance t-shirt. This one's tagged a size small, and the fit is actually really interesting. But first I'm feeling a little naked here, so let's throw some rings on, some ERD and chrome hearts. And all right, we're back so we can talk about this sizing. This is a much more open, large type of fit than I'm used to from ERD short sleeve t-shirts. Usually I'd say they might have a little bit of a crop or just a little smaller in general, whereas this one is much more open. It feels like very casual and easy in a really nice and enticing way. The feel is fantastic. If you know anything about ERD t-shirts, you know that this is like some of the best jersey that money can buy. I cannot get enough of this stuff. I think the graphic looks really nice too. It really just stands out. Something about it, it just pops. And I think that's why the jacket version of this did so well for them. But first, let's throw on this Rick Owens jacket, finish out this look. And I do think this works pretty well. I think the t-shirt is quite long, again, longer than I expected, and so is the jacket. So the two of those together, a little bit iffy, but once you kind of tuck the shirt in a little bit, I think the proportions all start making a lot more sense, and I think it's looking good. So I think it looks great, it feels great, and as far as sizing, it fits more like a streetwear brand as opposed to like this kind of throwback punk thing that a lot of other ERD t-shirts are like, so just keep that in mind when you're buying. All right, and now let's move on to the School Days long sleeve. Oh my God, I love this thing. The graphic is insane. It's some of the best that ERD has to offer. And again, I think throws back to some of the earlier, more in-your-face graphics that they've done. The fit of this one is actually much, much closer to what I'm used to for ERD long sleeves. They really have their fit dialed in here. It's quite cropped. Again, it's just the hem rolls up, so it comes up quite high, and it's very wide with like dropped shoulders, and those sleeves are extra long. So it's a very specific fit. There aren't a lot of other things out there that fit quite like this, but if you're into it, it is so good and it works so well. And I really like what it does for me personally in my proportions. When we throw on the jacket to this one, I think it works much better. Again, because even before you tuck this one in, the fact that it's much more cropped than the Italian Romance t-shirt makes everything make a lot more sense here. So this is the type of fit I would wear any day of the week with this long sleeve. The feel of it is very, very similar to the t-shirt, although I would say it is like just a hair thicker, just a slightly more solid type of material, which makes a lot of sense for a long sleeve. In the end, I'm just so glad that Enfant Riche de Primé, they still make these graphic pieces. It's a staple of the brand. They've been doing it since day one, and they've really stuck to their aesthetic while also growing and changing in interesting ways that keep me personally interested, and I think a lot of other fans out there. So these ones are instantly going into the rotation. I love the look, the feel, and the fit of both of them, and they're gonna slot right into fits that I'm already putting together all the time. I'm all about it. Also, we love those mammaries. You know what I mean? Thank you, Henry, for providing us with these lovely garmented mammary glands. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take a look at the other video on screen here. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment, all that good stuff that helps me in the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you next time.